guys, welcome back to this place. If you are new, welcome here for the very first time. I'm Carmen, and today we are watching Season 3, Episode 13 of Battlestar Galactica. I am very excited to delve back into it. A few housekeeping sort of things at the very beginning of this video. First off, pardon my dust as I sort of change around my filming room. I got a new couch, which has room for lots of cats. This one you can't see out of frame. These two sort of in frame. Yeah. So I'm also going to, and it doesn't matter. You'll see once it's done, but just pardon like the stuff on the wall and everything in the meantime. Okay, so now that that's out of the way, I also just want to say thank you to everyone who has been so supportive here on Patreon and on YouTube about me taking a little bit of a break after my grandmother passed away. I don't want to talk about it very much because I will start crying, but I really appreciate the grace that y'all gave me and the time to properly just grieve and take a bit of time off to get my headspace a little bit better before delving back into this. So, yeah, thank you so much. And if you're watching this on YouTube and you don't know what I'm talking about, it's during that time where there was a little bit of break for YouTube videos posting. And also I posted it on the community tab. So if you are confused, check out the community tab because I post some stuff on there sometimes if there's blocks or delays or questions about what show I should watch next, for polls like what is happening with Fringe very soon. Might have already happened with Fringe by the time this video comes out. I'm not sure. Anyway, that's all that's all just like sort of housekeeping stuff, like I said. Now, where we left off on Battlestar Galactica was a huge freaking cliffhanger of a moment, at least for me, because I am very convinced that a very loud truck is outside my house right now. I'm very convinced that Starbuck is one of the 5 Cylon models based off of a few things. One, her painting back on Caprica that was very suspiciously like, although that's very interesting. That shouldn't actually have to do with the Cylons, at least that we know of. Maybe all humans descend from maybe the Cylons came first. I don't know. I'm just throwing out crazy theories here. That's for the after episode. But I'm convinced off of that and Deanna seeing the faces of the final 5 before she was decommissioned for seeing the faces of the final 5 put into cold storage. I'm thinking of Westworld. Whatever. They just permanently sort of like unplugged her from the network. There's probably actual language in the show that I'm forgetting. There's also all this stuff with Starbuck and Lee and, cheating on their respective husbands, wives, and all that complication. There's Dee and Sam, aka Anders, who are sort of stuck in the middle of all of that. It's very complicated, and I'm not a fan of the whole situation. So I've talked about it before. You know what I'm talking about. We also have the baby back, I believe. Hela, right? Is that what they named her? No, Hera. So we have her back. We have Gaius back on board the Galactica, and stuff is just getting interesting. So I need to stop rambling at you guys and just get into the episode. I'm sorry. I kind of needed it to get back into like where the hell we've been, because it's been a minute.
You're doing the right thing, guys.
I'm kind of worried about what he's doing, and I don't know that if it's what I fear it is, it's the right thing. Can someone hurry? Can someone come in? Gata.
Sorry, sir. No one's allowed
Go,
to speak to
go,
a
go,
prisoner
go,
without
go,
a
go,
written
go, 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 go. Hurry. Nobody can speak to the prisoner at all if you don't let him go through.
That's it, guys. Deep breaths. Deep breaths.
Hurry. This is in his mind.
That's it, guys. Deep breaths.
No one was betrayed. I was never one of them. I am one of you.
I think this is just like lack of oxygen in his brain right now.
I knew it. I always knew I was different. Special. Maybe a little gifted. It's a bit rough, actually. What's wrong?
You're wrong, guys. You're not Cylon. You're human, and you're dead.
This is really weird.
He's alive.
Thank goodness Gata came.
I'll get Connell.
You didn't hear us? Figured we could have sold tickets. To marriage. Why we build bars.
All right, that's not a very healthy outlook on marriage, can I just say?
I did not collude in the genocide of my own people.
He didn't knowingly collude, so he's not fully wrong.
Get this man out
This
of
is
here.
not about
He's not
uncovering
gonna
any
talk. I want you to
legitimate
take him.
threat.
I want you to toss him out
This
the
is about
nearest
exactly
airlock.
your
Get out of here. You got it. Get out of here now.
What
Get rid
happened
of
to my
him.
fair trial?
Take him out of here.
Get your hands up. Get your motherfucking hands off me! I command a fair trial! I am a citizen of the colonies, and I command a fair trial! A fair trial!
Take a good look, Doctor. These are just a fraction of the people you sent to their death. Rather fitting they should see you take your last steps.
Stop! Stop, wait! Stop!
What?
You asked me if I know any of these people.
Yes.
I know that man!
Show me. Show me. Let him go. Let him go. Keep your guns up.
This man, his name was Adrian Mars, my lab assistant for 3 years on Caprica.
So what?
He was Gemini's. I got him a visa. I introduced him to his wife. I am godfather to their first child. I wouldn't do anything to harm this man or his family, or anybody's family. I am not a murderer. I am innocent. Why won't you believe me?
Get him. Take him out here.
Is this what you call colonial justice?
Get him up!
What do I ever do for you, huh? Only stake a bleeding life. Ah!
Sorry, you guys. I know I'm not really contributing to this, but I just there's so much to say, and I can't even say it.
Why did I survive all those months on Caprica waiting for you to return? If I was just gonna walk out on you. And you?
Well, I mean, to
Did
live.
you go through that hell locked in that fake house with that fake husband just so you could ditch me?
Again, to live.
Do you love me?
Yeah, she does, actually.
God, Sam. Maybe. I don't know.
She does know. She knows.
I won't stand in your way. It's over.
Wait, okay, I'm sad for her, but also, very proud of her. She's putting herself first. We're happy for her.
If I leave Sam, will you still leave Dee?
She already left him.
My God's Karen.
You know, how do I know that tomorrow you're not gonna pull another 180? I mean, these are our fracking marriages we're talking about. It's not some stupid dogfight we can just jink our way out of.
Think about it, Lee. It's what you're best at.
you know? Like, there was definitely a time when I shipped it, but I don't know that I'm in there anymore.
It wasn't my fault.
He didn't know.
I have no responsibility.
How did that even happen?
For sakes. She chose me. Chose me over all men. Chosen to be seduced. Taken by the hand. Guided between the light and the dark.
But is she an angel or is she a demon?
Is she imaginary or is she real?
That's a good question.
Is she my own voice or the voice?
I can't stay afloat much longer.
Now give us details, Doctor. Give us details about the Cylons. Or we'll let you drown.
Alright, that's...
Alone. In the dark.
I'm glad that Coddle and Rosalind seem upset by this because it's pretty fucked up. I'm hard disagreeing with Adama right now.
Final five.
The final five. Cylons.
I thought I might be one of them.
I told them I wanted to be one of them.
A Cylon. Why?
All my sins forgiven.
New beginning.
Are you a Cylon, Dr. Baltar?
No. I don't think he is.
No.
That's not good enough, Doctor. Tell me. Tell me what you told the Cylons. What do they know? Tell me or I'll have to let you go, Doctor. I'll have to let you go.
Adama, fucking
Tell me
stop.
or I'll have to let you go, Doctor.
I feel like this is fucked up anyway, but the way he's doing it is even more fucked up. You know?
Does anybody see my ring? Left. Does anybody see my ring?
Someone wrangle him. He needs to go to bed. He needs some water. And, like, some sleep.
Admiral! We're losing him. That's enough. I'm putting an end to this freak show right now.
Good, good.
I asked you to marry me because I was in love with you. Just like I'm in love with you now. They forced me.
I mean, not based off of what I saw.
But please, just give me another chance. That's all I'm asking.
Please don't. Please don't, Dee.
Just give me a chance.
Choose yourself, hon. Please, please choose yourself.
Creature comforts, that's the clincher.
Sorry.
Where is it?
Where's what, Doctor?
Where is what?
He knows.
So much for that little stratagem.
You alright? Listen, you're allowed to stay here if you don't want to, okay?
Two whiskeys, straight up.
I don't know what's going on. It's annoying.
Who is the real traitor in this room?
I mean, I don't think either one of y'all, to be fair.
If your friends only knew the truth. Don't worry. We gotta get in there.
Me. Fuck you!
Lieutenant Gator, step away from the prisoner, now!
Step away from the prisoner. I will not ask you again.
Stand down, Sergeant.
Sir.
Step back, Mr. Gator.
No! No, sir! I can't let him live, not after what he's done.
Mr. Gator? Mr. Gator, wait, please. Look at me. I understand what you're feeling.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do. The other night you didn't come here to interrogate Dr. Baltar. You came here to kill him, didn't you? I understand that, I do.
What's his condition?
He missed the artery. He'll live. Gotta get him to sickbay. Get a gurney in here right away.
Dear Lord, why? I thought Gator came because he had, like, was realizing that Gaius did literally have a gun pointed to his head.
So what happens next?
We give him his trial.
But, okay. Is this a thing? Because that's a very intimate position that they're in right there. And, like, I, for one, would ship it. I mean, I think I've said that multiple times, but, like, I'm on board this ship. I would, like, put my little goggles on and be like, ship, 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 ship. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. Honestly, okay, so here's the thing. Am I still supposed to want for Kara and Lee to be, like, endgame? Is the goal of the show that I still ship it? Because if it is, I really feel like they've sort of missed the mark on this one. And I say this as a shipping expert. No, but I mean, I honestly, like, there are couples that, like, I ship. You guys know I ship. It's what I do. And I really was invested in Lee and Kara for a long time. And only in the past few episodes have they kind of made me a lot less invested in their relationship. Like, at least in their relationship, like, working out and them being sort of endgame, quote unquote, right? I disagree with the way that it's been written. And I'm not saying that it's not realistic, I guess, of a portrayal, but here's the frustrating thing. One, I hope I hope Dee still is like, you know what, no, and leaves Lee. I don't think that she will, unfortunately, based off of that last scene that they were in. But I wish that she would. Also, just from a technical, like, the way that they framed the scenes perspective, I kind of don't like the way that they did the scene, that they, like, juxtaposed the scenes with Gaius and Gaeta and all of that, and the scenes with Lee and Dee and Kara and Sam. Like, it just kind of felt like they should have done one scene and then the other scene. Like, I don't know that they had to keep, like, jumping back and forth. It kind of took me out of both scenes because there's such different sort of emotional stakes in those scenes that I feel like by focusing on Lee and Dee, who I'm already kind of like, about, and Kara and Sam and Kara and Lee, like, I'm already kind of, like, fed up with those relationships. by the time I get to this episode. And I took a long break, you guys. So consider that. And then, so like that, the emotional stakes for that, for me personally at least, are like very low. I'm like, if anything, I just hope that Dee sees the truth and like gets out, right? But that's like, to me, those emotional stakes way down here. Whereas the Gaius and Gaeta scene and all of the Gaius scenes in this episode, like the emotional stakes are like just vastly different. So to juxtapose them together, or to like put them, like intersperse them like in that way, it just, I think it really conflated, maybe? Is that the word I'm looking for? I'm not sure. But it just, it fucked with the emotional stakes of both of the moments, right? Because like it just kind of made them both mid, I guess, you know, like more in the middle. Anyway, I don't love the editing, I guess, of that personally, but yeah. To continue on, I just, one, Lee is literally trying to rewrite history. Like, the show is trying to rewrite the history of that they just showed us like 2 episodes ago, an episode and a half ago. When was it? So the flashback was episode 9, right? So just like 4 episodes ago, we saw like the full timeline of everything that was happening, and that Lee proposed when he was still grieving over Kara. I don't believe him when he says he was in love with Dee, and that's why he asked her to marry him. I believe him literally 0%. Now, I'm not saying that he didn't develop feelings for her over the course of their marriage when it was just them, and he does very much have strong feelings for her and loves her, maybe is in love with her at this point. I don't know. But what he said in that scene was a lie. And it bothers me. Okay? Like, and I'm just saying that based off what the show told us previously, right? So, like, you guys know I'm not invested in Lee and Dee. I actually do like Starbuck and Anders together. Like, I think that they could be a good couple. I think Dee can do so much better. Like, Dee, girl, Lee he's not worth it right now. And like, now he's lying to you on top of it. Like, it's frustrating. It's frustrating. But essentially, to wrap up my thoughts on that whole situation, Dee deserves better. Anders deserves better, but at least he knows the situation. And I'm kind of just over that whole triangle, square, whatever situation, right? Like, I don't really care anymore. Now, the meat and potatoes of this episode is Gaius, right? Like, Gaius has really, kind of to my surprise, become a character that I really care about and like feel the need to defend, which is really weird because I never would have predicted that in the beginning, because he was so like arrogant and just like annoying, right? Like, there's just, I don't know, he grows on you, right? Maybe like a fungus a little bit, but he grows on you. And so I don't know, I think that Gaius is an interesting character because I think that he's not necessarily trying to be the hero, right? He looks out for himself a lot, sure. But I think that he kind of really is representative of like the everyman in a way in the story. he wants to believe he's special. He wants to think that he's special. Sorry, my cat is doing something. And he is special, but I think that he also, Samuel, come here. I think that he also is just like a guy who, he just wants to survive, right? He's just trying to survive and figure out his place. Are you getting angry? And I think that in that way that he's not like super noble, and he's not trying to save everybody, and he's just trying to save himself a lot of times, and he's kind of just worried about if he's gonna live. But he doesn't actively try to like cause harm to other people. I think in that way he's actually quite a relatable character, because I think most of us, honestly, maybe I'll just speak for myself, wouldn't... Samuel, what are you looking at? I'm sorry. I think most of us would be that character. Like, maybe we wouldn't be like as smart, and we wouldn't like betray the entire planet unbeknownst, but I think we would, want to live. And I don't think that there's anything wrong with a character who wants to live. Like, he's not, like, sure, it's self-serving and stuff, but most of us aren't going to be the hero of the story, And again, maybe I'll just speak for myself. Like, I probably would not be the hero of the story. I don't think I would be Gaius necessarily, but I think that it's okay that he wants to live and that he is actively trying to survive, because I don't think that there's anything inherently wrong with that. And he's got like this whole fucked up thing with 6 being in his head, and everything with that. And he's been through a lot. Like, I like that they sort of acknowledged in this episode, that he's been through like a lot of trauma. And it was nice to see Rosalind sort of realizing that maybe, I don't know, psychological torture of him is kind of a bad thing, and like maybe we shouldn't go as far as Adama was going. Now, she didn't admonish him, she didn't stop him, but Coddle did eventually, thankfully. But it was nice to see that, yes, she's very angry at him, yes, she has valid reasons to be angry at him, but also he is a person, And I do think too that something that I have said throughout this season, that has frustrated me, is that people aren't acknowledging that Gaius was held at gunpoint, that like he didn't have a choice in a lot of this, that he is a victim in much the same way everybody else is a victim. He just had a higher position and therefore could be manipulated in a different way than other people. So I like the acknowledgement of that. Now, at the same time, I will say I understand Rosalind feeling the way that she does, because people did die, and she's very protective of her people, and she thinks that he betrayed them, and he was a traitor, and he was a part of the mass genocide of humanity. And like, of course you're going to not like that person. You might wish harmful things upon them. I can't blame her for feeling that way. But I also think that it should be acknowledged that Gaius has helped a lot. And he's hindered a little bit too. But, he has things going on that people don't know about. And he was literally held at gunpoint. The only thing that he would have accomplished by denying the Cylons what they wanted in that moment was his own death. And I don't know if he actually knew Gaeta was taking information to the Resistance, because I think he was very wrapped up in his own trauma and upset and hurt at that moment. But I also can't definitively say that he didn't know that. I don't understand fully Gaeta's desire to murder him. Like, that I felt was... I actually thought that Gaeta was going there. I knew that he was baiting Gaeta to try to get him to stab him, I think. I think that was Gaius's plan. But I didn't think that when Gaeta had gone there the night before, or whenever it was, that's what his plan was. I thought he just wanted to talk to Gaius. I thought maybe he was, like, realizing that Gaius didn't have a choice, as much of a choice as he thought, at least, and he was gonna validate and acknowledge that, but apparently not. So that's interesting. That's kind of an interesting new facet of Gaeta that I don't really love. But I also think that it's worth talking about for just a second. I know you guys don't love it when I talk about torture, but I just very vehemently disagree with what Adama chose to do in this episode. I don't like that he used psychological torture on Gaius. I don't think that that's fair. I don't think that it should be super relied upon either, because he said everything he said in a highly drug-induced state, which, you know, brings into question the validity of everything he said, even though we know it was valid. I also just think that it's really fucked up the way that Adama went about the psychological torture, how he used that diminished state to take advantage of Gaius and cause him sort of further pain, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, I was not happy with Adama making that choice in this episode. However, I will say that I do ship Rosalind and Adama, and I would honestly really like them to be endgame along with Athena and Hilo, which I think they already are endgame. Tyrell and Callie, like, I don't know. I don't love Callie as a character. She's alright. Anyway, sorry, I'm just going through the ships on the show, I guess. But, yeah. I hope that this trial will actually be good for Gaius, although a trial is also supposed to be, you know, comprised of impartial peers. I don't know that anybody that is human could be impartial to Gaius in this situation because of, you know, the circumstances surrounding everything. So I'm not really sure how this trial is going to go for him, or, you know, even how they're going to find a jury, or how they're going to go about it. Like, is it going to be a military sort of tribunal situation? Is it going to be like a jury of impartial is the word, peers? Like, I don't know, and I am very curious. I feel like Gaius is a very important character in this show. I don't think he's going to get airlocked. I don't think that the trial will go bad for him. I mean, I can see it going bad for him, but I just feel like he's going to have importance moving forward in the show, so I don't think that they're going to, like, kill him off at this stage. So I'm really curious to see, like, how the trial goes. Yeah. I think that that's all that I really have to say. I feel sad that Gaius is in such an emotionally tumultuous place. I hope that he can find healing and, you know, kind of put his mind back together and not be so, you know, ready to throw himself out of an airlock. Yeah. I don't know. I worry about Gaius, and I'm really interested in where we're going to go from here, because I want to know more about Starbuck possibly being one of the final five. And Earth. And it's just everything. Anyway, I am rambling at you guys at this point. I'm gonna stop. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked it, I don't know, I can't talk. If you liked it, consider liking the video, subscribing, joining Patreon if you want to see the next episode right now. It is already over there. The full length episode of this and every single episode of Battlestar Galactica, including the Resistance webisodes and the mini-series, is also over there. Yeah, I think that's all I have to say. And I hope to see you guys next week for more Battlestar Galactica. Until then, bye guys.